All right, everybody, welcome back to an episode of This, That,
and the other.
And joining us for the first time, which will not be the last time, is our good buddy Mark. Everybody say hey to Mark.
Yay!
All right,
What's
man.
up, guys?
So how are you doing? I'm glad you finally got to join us. How's everything been for you?
Good, dude. Just, working and rocking.
Yeah? Are you rocking or working more often these days?
I'm working. I work way more than I rock. I don't rock that often.
No, that's unfortunate, man.
You do go to a good bit of shows, though.
I feel like a good balance of both.
When I rock, you guys
needs.
are there. When I rock,
Yeah.
you guys are there. That's when you'll know. Like, I don't do it often in my spare time.
But yeah, so Mark is very good friends of both Ian and I. Ian's known him a lot longer. How old were y'all when y'all met? Like middle school, right?
No, unfortunately, no. It was freshman year. Freshman year, dude.
I knew of Mark, though. I did know of you in middle school because Mark and this other dude were kind of like the break dancers of our middle school.
Whoa, wait, what? You were a break dancer?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and a buddy of mine, we went to high school. He moved from Virginia. I used to live in Virginia. We didn't know each other in Virginia, but we had that kind of connection when he moved there, and I used to be the new kid. He was the new kid, so I'm gonna be like, "Hey, what's up, man? Like, where you from, Virginia?" I was like, "Oh, me too." We started hanging out. He taught me how to play lacrosse, and we also had a fond appreciation for breakdancing.
Okay. What got you into breakdancing? Was it literally the movie Breaking? Is that what got you into it?
No, it was Vanilla Ice. It was Vanilla Ice.
Okay.
As you guys know, I'm a pretty avid Vanilla Ice fan.
I'd like to. I will say I think you might be the only Vanilla Ice fan that I know.
True
Dude,
Vanilla Ice fan.
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
Yes.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. I love me some Rob.
Let's see this. Of course, everybody knows Ice Ice Baby. What are the best Vanilla Ice songs?
I mean, you gotta put me on the spot like that. Dude, he had do you remember that LL Cool J song, I Need Love, when he did that whole slow jam?
Yeah.
Did you know Vanilla Ice did the exact same thing, but slightly different lyrics? That's a classic. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it was I Love You was the name of the song. It was a smooth jam, dude. He laid down some tasty rhymes.
Mm-hmm. Were you into that new metal album that he released?
Oh, dude, yeah, I have it. I had it on CD, dude. That was great. When he redid Ice Ice Baby, and there's a song on there that featured Jonathan Davis as well.
Yeah,
dude. No, that
little
album's
known
tight,
fact.
dude.
A lot of people don't
one.
know that, but you and I both know that, and I don't know how I feel about the fact that I know that.
I mean, I feel like it was kind of a thing when that album came out. I feel like a lot of people kind of knew that album was coming out because it was kind of a big deal that Vanilla Ice was writing.
Well, it was supposed to be
a
lot bigger than it was, but then everybody got pissed that he just redid Ice Ice Baby and released that as a single.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Vanilla Ice, we got breakdancing, we got Virginia, but you were born in Texas, right?
Yeah. I was San Antonio.
When did you move from Texas to Virginia?
Dude, there's an Indiana in between.
There's an Indiana in between. Okay.
Yeah, dude. I lived in Texas for about 5-6 years, and then I moved to Indiana and lived there for about 3 years.
Okay.
No, my dad wasn't in the Army. He just kept getting.
Yeah, he just had a tech job, right?
No. He worked in auto parts. He was in Texas. He was a district manager for Chief Auto Parts, which got bought out by AutoZone and AutoSource. They split both ways with them, and they let him go, and then we ended up moving from Texas to Indiana, where he worked for another auto parts company, and that was great because I remember we went to the Brickyard 500.
Oh, hell yeah, dude!
Of different Indianapolis 500 races.
Nice. Oh yeah.
It was he got connections with all sorts of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't remember what happened, but he got let go there, and we went to Virginia, and he worked for another place, Bumper to Bumper, and just did auto parts stuff there. And then things happened. I don't know. And we ended up, he moved to Atlanta, and he started working for Staples and other office. He's been a middleman. He's always been a buyer and a seller, like business. I don't know
the exact term.
Yeah, that's kind of. I mean, that's kind of what I do now. Like I sell people roofs, and other people put them on. You know.
Yeah, and you got to buy the supplies from people and then give it to your.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My suppliers got to keep me happy. I got to keep the customers happy.
So what grade did you actually move to Peachtree City, Mark?
And out of all those
Seventh
states,
grade, in the
which
middle,
did you enjoy the most?
Oh,
I mean, Georgia.
Yeah. Okay.
I take it back. Virginia had some sweet hills, dude. I used to street luge on my skateboard and ride my mountain bike down these hills off these sketchy ass ramps.
Hell yeah.
Like we all did when we were preteens and everything. We were invincible.
Oh, absolutely.
But,
dude, getting your face ripped up and shit, you know?
Dude, I did.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
I did multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Peachtree City's been the best, dude. I still live in Peachtree City. I don't ever want to leave Peachtree City, dude. This has been the best place I've ever lived ever, I think. It's a great place. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
And your dad now, is he originally from Florida? Because he went to FSU, but was that just the school he chose?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
Technically, he was born in Arkansas, but my grandparents lived in Jacksonville, and they just went to Arkansas to have him because that's where his mom's mom lived.
Oh, okay.
And
that's really cool.
They stayed there for a couple of months as he was born and everything, and then they came back to Jacksonville.
That's cool that they did that.
So again, I'll ask what grade did you move to Peachtree City?
7th grade. In the middle of 7th grade, I moved to Peachtree City on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, wow.
Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's probably, I don't know if it would have been 7th. I feel like it probably was 8th grade but then again, it might have been sooner, like in the bleachers or something.
You know why you remember me from middle school?
It was like a high school dance or something.
No, dude, I passed out at an assembly and cleared out. Like, you don't remember that?
Oh, I do. No, I do remember
assembly?
that happening. Yeah, no, I remember that happening.
Wait, so you guys literally just told me you didn't meet to the 9th grade, but now you're talking about 7th and 8th grade.
But no, we knew of each other.
I didn't know Ian in middle school.
Oh, okay, okay.
No, like I knew of him.
But apparently the Nichols name travels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
but
when
even
you
so,
move
I
around,
think it was like, we didn't actually like become really good friends until probably 9th grade. I think is probably when that happened.
That's what I'm saying. When you move around so much
grade.
as a kid, is it hard to like keep friends groups, or do you just adapt well to like, all right, here?
I don't talk to anybody from the other states I used to live in. Texas, there's a couple of people only because my mom was really good friends with their mom, but they're all grown. I haven't talked to anybody from any of the states I used to live in decades.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. So let's talk about how you and Ian became friends.
The first time I remember meeting Ian, I think was right outside the health annex, if I'm not mistaken, right? Ian had an orgy shirt on with a
dude. Ian has the worst fucking memory, so this is going to be hard.
Listen to this.
You're going to remember it correctly.
Ian was wearing the band orgy shirt, and
that
underneath
checks out.
the orgy short sleeve T-shirt was a long sleeve fishnets that he put through his thumbs so it wouldn't ride up on his arms.
Okay, now as we have talked about before.
You probably bought that from Gadzooks too, dude.
No.
Spencer's maybe?
I think it was,
Spencer's,
like maybe Spencer's or something like that. But the reason that I wore fishnets, as we talked about before, because of watching wrestling and stuff like that, the reason I own fishnets is because of Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
And because I loved fucking Orgy, and the dudes from Orgy wore fishnets.
I mean, that was definitely a fashion statement. It was bold. You had to like wear it with confidence, you know.
I did.
You had to know what you were doing. You had to go to school
people...
knowing that people were gonna fuck with you. You know what I mean?
And it happened.
No. I mean, I don't really remember a lot of people fucking with Ian too much. He was.
Eventually it gets to the point where you just become that. Like it eventually gets to the point where people get used to it. You know what I'm saying? But when you first do it, you're like, whoa, what the fuck?
No, but when I say Ian was popular, I wasn't saying like, you know, he was popular. Probably he was pretty like well liked.
Dude,
minus
if
most
you were
the jocks.
if you wore that shit at the place I grew up, you would have got matched the fuck out. That's all I'm saying.
There was definitely people who would be like, "Why are you wearing fit?" Or like, "What are you wearing, bro?" Like, "What do you like?" Definitely, that definitely did happen for sure. A lot of people.
Yeah.
Dude, but
I got ISS for wearing a skirt to school. I know. I understand.
I didn't get ISS for wearing fishnets. But
Yeah.
I mean, I see. Okay, so different memory. I feel like I remember meeting you like out front of the high school. Like on like the benches that were out front of the high school.
No, I remember that as well.
Yeah, I feel like that might have been. I don't know though.
But no, I remember meeting you like because we were waiting out. We were waiting out front. Like we weren't really like friends, but like I saw someone like-minded. Like I was listening to pop punk and Newfound Glory Saves the Day and everything.
And you picked the guy wearing an orgy and fishnet shirt.
Well, I figured
you got to go with who's alternative as well. You know what I'm saying,
dude? You're alternative. Slightly
it's an
less
alternative thing. Like, I mean, shit, dude, walk into Hot Topic. They've got all those bands on the wall, you know?
I also think Ian had his hair dyed black at the time.
I probably had my hair dyed different, multiple colors.
I remember black. I remember blue,
I think it was
turquoise,
jet black at the time,
fucking
dude.
pink.
That was always your thing, dude. You wanted to look like Nate from Finch so
bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah.
Shout out Nate to Finch.
That was also another thing we did back then that I never understood. We would always wear long sleeves under t-shirts and double layer shirts. I don't fucking understand. But we all did it. We all did it.
I still fuck with that shit.
It's so uncomfortable to me now. I can't wear two layers of shirts.
Dude, I did that. I did
like
that.
I can wear a sweatshirt over a t-shirt, but I can't wear long sleeves under a t-shirt. It's just uncomfortable.
Yeah, I always wore like the long john, like what was it, like the quarter button up thing. Well,
that's different. That's
whatever
different.
it is.
That's to keep you warm. You know what I'm saying?
No, I would do that shit when it was like 90 degrees.
That's ridiculous.
All the time.
Dude.
Yeah, but you're also like you're like
supply of
16, 17 years old. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, dude.
Now, Ian had a
I'm not gonna lie. There
thermals.
was a time period where I dressed a little funny, but I mean, it also had to be functional. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, for the longest time, I couldn't tell if it was you or oh shit, what's his name from My Chemical Romance? Gerard, yeah.
Yeah. That's just because I had dark hair, though.
No,
you were thick back
fuck
then,
that.
too.
No, there was a point. Yeah. There was a point when you really definitely like.
The hair. Oh,
we're talking
no,
like
dude, you also
first, second
like
album.
Bert
My
the thing was like I wasn't trying to, because I wasn't really into My Chemical Romance until my 20s. And when I finally like gave them a chance, I didn't really give them that big of a chance when I was young. I liked 3 Cheers, but once Black Parade came out, I was done with them. I wasn't into that album like at all. Now I am, but back then I wasn't. But no, I wasn't even trying. I was more trying to look like I was more into like Johnny Thunders and like New York Dolls and stuff. But everyone's like, "Oh no, you just look like this fucking guy from My Chemical Romance." I was like, "I fucking hate this band. Why does everybody keep saying that?" But I don't. But I don't hate that band anymore. Like I love My Chemical Romance now. But it's one of those things that like I think I always tried to. It was people telling me I looked like him that made me hate the fucking band.
You also resembled Bert from The Used too at one point.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I can see it. I can see it.
You had the same hair. You had the same hair.
All right, so here
he just has long greasy hair.
I'm gonna.
I look like every white dude with long greasy hair.
No, it was the way you had your hair, like the way you had like your hair all up and like scene kid out, you know, like.
But I don't know. I was never into The Used. The Used is not a favorite band. They're not my style at all. So I never really followed them. So I don't really know what Burt McCracken dresses like.
Yeah, I mean,
he got kind of chubby, dude. I just saw
but
him
now
on the
he's
Emo's
skinny
Not
again.
Dead cruise.
He's skinny.
No,
okay.
No.
Yeah, whatever.
I just saw him on the
doing
Emo's Not Dead
He's living
cruise.
his
He's a little
life.
chubbed up, dude. He is. He's living it. He's looking healthy.
Living it,
That's the good thing.
He's sober and fucking doing his thing.
Yeah,
so that's
that's
good.
what I'm saying. He looks real healthy. He looks good. He looks happy and shit. So it was good for him, man.
Yeah, he got caked up, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens.
Got caked up, bro.
It happens. So I'll propose the question to you, Joey. Do you remember of what? Do you remember your first time meeting Mark?
There's certain like glimpses of hanging out with Mark. I remember
because it had to be through me, right?
Oh, of course.
I don't remember.
I don't remember the very first time
Was it like the East Crestwood house, probably?
Okay, so
no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, because I don't know if I'm correct on this or not, but I didn't meet Mark until after the whole East Crestwood thing because I feel like there was kind of a rift between y'all and for a second there because I didn't see
a minute.
Yeah, because I didn't see very much of Mark until after Pat passed away. You know, that's when I really started seeing Mark on the regular. Was after Pat passed away, and then we all started hanging out. And then when he got the apartment in Noonan, that's when I started seeing him all the fucking time. But the East Crestwood days, there was like a rift going on between y'all, and I'm not trying to bring anything up, but I remember that clearly
we've already talked about this.
That y'all weren't fucking with each other for a second, and then Pat passed away, and then y'all were like right back where y'all were, you know.
Look, we've had some troubles in our relationship. Okay, everybody has.
But I'll tell you, like Pat passing away brought a lot of the homies that you had before me. A lot of people, like the glue kind of came back together, and especially like I feel like that brought you and Mark together even closer because I vividly remember ever since that moment y'all became inseparable again. You know, when before that I barely ever saw Mark. I had heard of Mark, but I had barely seen Mark until after Pat sadly passed away.
Yeah,
because I think after that's when the house that Ian and Pat were at kind of fucking they split their ways, and Ian. I think that's when me and Ian
and I think it might have been who the name of the East Crestwood house, whose that house was under. I don't think him and Mark fucked with each other, and I think that might have had something to do with it.
I mean, no, I was always cool with him, but he was crazy, man.
Yeah,
he was a wild guy, dude.
Wild man.
He was a wild man.
Yeah.
Nothing really bad. Nothing bad to say about him. He was just a wild guy, man. He's
but once Mangarelli's, once the pizza place we all worked at became a thing, and once the Noonan house became a thing.
Shout out Mangarelli's.
Honestly,
Mangarelli's.
I don't think I met Mark until Mangarelli's. I think that's when I met Mark.
Okay.
I mean, no. Way before that, because we lived in Noonan, and then when I was working at Mangarelli's, that's when we were living at Fayetteville with Clayton. Oh, yeah, Clayton. Yeah.
Hey, I wasn't there for that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I was there for the Noonan house. We never worked at Mangarelli's together. I'm just saying around that time period, because when you were working at Mangarelli's, I was somewhere.
Literally.
Yeah, no, I only worked at Mangarelli's when I was at Fayetteville in that one spot.
I understand that. I understand that.
There, but
no, me and you never worked at Mangarelli's. That's what I'm saying.
No.
You and I never worked at Mangarelli's together. That's what I'm saying.
No. Yeah.
But I'm saying Mangarelli's was a thing by the time you and I started hanging out.
Yeah.
No, it was before that, dude. You were at the Noonan house. You were at the Noonan apartment when I had that sweet garage.
That was after Mangarelli's had opened. We were already working at Mangarelli's. Me and Ian were already working at Mangarelli's at that point.
Yeah, that was after.
No, really?
Yeah. Yeah, because essentially the Noonan apartment was the end of Mangarelli's.
Yes. Yeah.
For us. For me and Joey. Because then I started working at the Georgia Shrimp after that.
Or you worked at some weird place.
I worked somewhere else.
Next to Shane's to Shane's Rib Shack in that little shopping center.
Bro.
Yeah, but none of
I'm not even going to mention that one.
None of y'all worked at the Mangarelli's underneath Big Daddy's.
No.
Nope.
True.
Did not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
worked anybody that's listening to this doesn't give a fuck about that little portion of conversation we had, but you know, it's
nor do we care because Mangarelli's was a very fun time, and I will shout out
conversations.
I will shout out that entire family. They treated me so good.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
And some of the best time I've ever had working in a pizzeria. Like great, amazing people. Were they wild times? Hell yes. God,
we had
you got to understand the whole staff was a bunch of teenagers, and I think the oldest person on staff was 23, and it was probably you know.
No, it was Paul. It would have been Paul.
Oh yeah, Paul.
Yeah, it would have been Paul.
Yeah, see, I never got to work for Paul.
Yeah,
I worked for Linda.
Paul was a lot of fun to work with.
I loved Linda. She was great to work for. Linda was great.
Yeah.
Al was great, dude. Al would still come in and do things.
Yeah.
Linda was great. Linda had like nails, like not like
our fingernail.
Linda had like nails, And she was tossing dough, dude.
Yeah.
Linda's legit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she would kill it.
Dude, it's the bloodline, dude. You got to know how to make pizza.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Hey,
Okay,
Mark.
So,
what is the best X-Men and why?
oh,
Wolverine. Actually, oh, no, yeah, Wolverine.
Why would it be Wolverine?
Well, because I'm a little partial. Because of my situation, I appreciate the regenerative factor that he can't get sick and can't get ill. I like that. I've always liked that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Like that's the main thing.
Do you want to explain your situation to everybody?
I have diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't.
way to put that. Way to put that. That's why he is your favorite.
But I've always liked Cyclops.
Is there a diabetic superhero? I feel like you need representation.
No, never. We're villains.
Damn, that's crazy.
Sadly enough.
That's crazy.
But like growing up, and in the profession that I work now, I think Magneto is the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything I work with is related with metal. Everything I do has something to do with a metal. And if I had Magneto's powers, my job would be absolute cake.
Speaking of cake, what if there was a diabetic superhero, but his fucking arch nemesis was somebody that like fucking force fed him cake and shit like that? You know, like fucking funneled Mountain Dew and all that shit to him, you know, made him go into a diabetic coma, but he has to fight back. You know what I'm saying?
You would just be doing a life story on
cake,
Mark.
Joey? Is that what you're saying? Am I the diabetic and you're the cake king?
I guess there's one way to find out. We should start writing.
Cake.
You want to fight?
Dude, I don't know. Wolverine, I remember growing up, I think Wolverine was probably one of my favorites too.
Wolverine's great. I'm just saying, like,
Dude,
Wolverine.
I'm sorry.
Wolverine is like
Joey,
surface. No, dude, Wolverine is like surface
X-Men.
level. People who like Wolverine, they like surface level X-Men. They don't like getting. I think even Gambit's fucking cooler than X-Men. Gambit's cooler than Wolverine.
Say, like,
you know,
Gambit and Jean Grey are probably like
Jean Grey's the fucking shit, dude.
Dude, yes. So like those are my two like follow-ups, probably Gambit and Jean Grey. Like,
but there's also so many different stories. Like
bitch.
you know, in Secret Wars, Cyclops, he becomes Phoenix in there. You know, there's so many different versions of it. So I don't know. I've always been a Cyclops guy because there's all these mutants who like, you know, are dark and twisted and fucking emo, and then they get sent to school. But like fucking Scott Summers was just your regular fucking kid, you know, like grew up in a middle upper class income, and then all of a sudden he's just got this shit wrong with him, and his whole world comes crashing down, and he has to learn how to adapt and get shipped off to this fucking school, ripped away from his fucking family and shit. Like I think that's a cooler story.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny you talk about Cyclops like that, because as someone that has to wear glasses, I like to cosplay as Cyclops.
Yeah.
Oh, because I can wear the red Ray-Bans.
I know, and you have a badass Cyclops costume as well.
It's not bad. It's very Temu. Like it's like the Wish version of Cyclops.
No, it's
dude.
good, dude. It's real good.
It's a good Cyclops.
No, it's
Don't
a real
do
good Cyclops,
like
bro.
Dude,
it really
it's
is
good.
Yeah.
Like my phone background will forever now be me as Wolverine in the costume that you bought me to wear as Wolverine, and then you as Cyclops. Dude, it looks ridiculous, but I love it. Just you and me in the living room. Like
even your wife Jackie, she pulled off Rogue perfectly, dude.
Hell yeah!
Like that was a badass costume.
Yeah, and the picture I took of the two of y'all. Dude, that was a good one.
Oh no, that's one of my backgrounds for my phone. It rotates, but that's one of them.
Hell yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like I genuinely feel like you did a good one, like to the point, like because you actually need glasses, which kind of makes it even cooler that like your glasses are actually like your fucking glasses,
functional.
Like, yeah. They're not just like some red lens glasses. Like they're fully legit actual glasses.
It's funny though, on the inside of those glasses, on one of the arms, I put Scott Summers in there. Just
hell yeah, dude.
Sick.
Yeah.
Because I'm lame like that.
So would you agree with me when I say that Batman is just an emo Iron Man?
Oh,
which Batman?
Batman. I mean, the Batman you read about, the Batman whose parents fucking died in the alley. Because I mean,
not Batman,
they're both fucking heirs of billionaires. They both, neither one of them have actual fucking superpowers. They both build insane gadgets that help fight fucking crime, but one is fucking dark and mysterious, and one is really happy.
As much as I love Iron Man, Batman doesn't hide behind a metal suit.
But he hides behind a mask.
He hides behind a mask.
But not a metal suit.
He does have metal in his chest.
Yeah, he's got armor in his fucking suit, dude.
So you're telling me if
how
the
fuck else would he take a punch from Bane or Solomon Grundy or anybody like that?
You're telling me if you were going to get hit by a train, would you
all
rather
the
be in the
fucking
Iron Man
time.
suit or the Batman suit?
I would rather be in the Iron Man suit.
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
But at the same time, Batman wouldn't stand there and take it. Batman would grapple away from it. He's not going to he's not going to eat a train, dude.
No, he's not Spider-Man.
Yeah, he has a grappling gun. He's going to get out of the fucking way.
Dude, I want a grappling gun.
We're going on a tangent now.
It's good.
It is very good. So, what we have to talk about, and we're going to make this short and sweet because we know that not everybody.
Wait, I got one more question.
Okay.
I got one more question.
All right.
One more question.
I got a little excited. I'm sorry, yo.
No. And I wanted to ask this before we get to that because the ending segment's going to be pretty quick. But so it kind of runs in your family. Pop punk, the whole music genre is a big deal in your family. I wanted to ask what got you into pop punk and why you like the music genre as much as you do.
I feel like you're asking me this because you already know the answer.
Sorta. I mean, I know you.
So yes, I owe a majority of my music background and preference to two people. One, my brother, we can touch on that later, but the main reason is my cousin Scott, who was the drummer in the band Inspection 12 in Jacksonville, Florida, who has also had diabetes. And I didn't really get to know him when I was diabetic because he passed away at such a young age. Mm-hmm. But I've always felt connected with his band and the music they've done and everything like that. And then it's just spanned from that. And then you bring in my brother, who is a punk rock encyclopedia of just music and knowledge and everything. And if I didn't have Scott to inspire me with fast music like punk rock, pop punk, and all of that, and then my brother to feed me everything that he did feed me growing up. Shout out my brother Mark Nichols. I don't know if I'd be the person I would be today because I can't tell you how many bands my brother used to make me mix CDs, and it had stuff like the Ataris, Saves the Day, Newfound Glory. I wouldn't know who Newfound Glory is if it wasn't for my brother. I wouldn't know who Saves the Day or the Atari would be if it didn't know my brother.
So here is where one of my fondest memories, and I literally will link this in and we will get right back to you explaining, Mark, how I really bonded with Mark is Mark gave me a mixed CD, and I literally was just like, yo, let me borrow your mixed CD. Like,
was the CD made by Matt?
The CD was made by Matt.
Probably.
Oh, no,
probably.
it definitely was. It literally, you told me my brother burned me this CD. So I got that, and I remember there was a Saves the Day track on there, and I literally went to Mark. He let me borrow it on like a Friday, and I kept it through the weekend. I remember like asking Mark, like, dude, what Newfound Glory song is this? I've never heard this Newfound Glory song before. And he was like, yo, that's not Newfound Glory. That Saves the Day. And everything from there, dude.
Done.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Best friends forever.
But go back into your story. Sorry for interrupting. Because you were talking about the CD incident is because
no, that's what I'm saying.
Like literally,
why I listen to the music I listen to and everything today is because of like my cousin Scott and my brother Matt. Dude, that they like if it weren't for those two, I would honestly probably, dude. And before all this, dude, I was a big like R&B, Casey and JoJo, Drew Hill.
Yeah.
That's what I was all about back in the day. And then I got introduced into pop punk, and then I'm still an R&B fan, but the CDs my brother would make me. My brother was a big NoFX fan. It still is a big NoFX fan. He went out to Cali and saw their last 2 performances.
Okay, cool.
Like he was there, and he went with a buddy of his, and me and my brother have seen MXPX countless times. Dude, I can't. I've been to more concerts with my brother than anybody else.
MXPX is something I've been listening to a lot lately, randomly, and I feel like they're one of the bands, much like Ramones, much like the Clash, like they're safe to play around your kids. So I play MXPX like every morning. When I'm like making fucking breakfast and shit on the weekends, I'll just tell my Alexa to play MXPX, and I'll just let the whole fucking like Spotify playlist run through. I love it.
I don't care who you are. I don't care if you listen to black metal, you listen to punk rock, you listen to street, you listen to oi, you listen to death metal, Metallica. At one point in your life, you listened and you really loved MXPX.
Yeah.
That is a staple band, dude.
And you can deny it all you want.
Yeah.
You can deny it all you want.
You can deny it all you want, but
I mean, if you're into any form of alternative music, you've listened to MXPX.
You've listened to MXPX, dude. Their catalog is massive, man.
You wanted to play do-doon doon doo 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 doo.
Yep.
You wanted to play that as a kid.
Yeah, it's like
But
I want to
really,
be a bass player.
What I like about
What song did you
MXPX
learn?
is like I've been listening to their newer albums, and I've like how, so to me, a lot of pop punk bands stay the same. Like they stay talking about the same subject matter their entire 30-year fucking career. But with MXPX, the things they've talked about have changed. Like they're not still singing about being in high school. They're not still singing about girls and shit like that. Like they've evolved. They're singing about new things, and that's what I really respect about them, is that they've changed with the times, and their lyrical content and the content that they put out has evolved with them. And that's why I love MXPX the way I do, because it really sucks when you listen to a band that you heard in the 7th grade and they release a new album and you're like, wow, they're still talking about the same shit they were talking about on that first album. Like nothing's changed at all, because I've changed as a person, but this band hasn't, and that really sucks.
So Joey, that I feel like that hit a little hard with you. Is there a specific band you're talking about?
I plead the 5th.
Would it be a band that me and Ian might have matching tattoos about?
Possibly.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Because
Still
at the end of the day,
Still one of my favorite bands.
Cool, great, but I'm not
Same.
wrong.
No, you're not. You're not.
Not wrong. All right, well let's keep it moving. Let's go to the ending subject of today's episode, Ian.
Oh, am I introducing this? I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I was just talking about it. So WrestleMania, we haven't done.
Also, real quick.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Just so everybody knows, because I bring this up every fucking time I drink with Mark in public. So this episode will not be complete unless I mention the fact that Mark's dad is in the Florida State Hall of Fame for baseball.
Shout out Dick Nichols.
Wait, Joey, are you saying you got a libation in your hand?
Do I have a what in my hand?
You talk about this every time we drink.
I don't. I'm actually just drinking water tonight, just water.
Well then,
but
well,
I'm
here
saying
we can still cheers, boys.
Every time we go out in public, I make it known that I'm hanging out with the son of a college athlete Hall of Famer.
And that is
so
very true.
Your dad is in the. Yep, you say it.
The same Hall of Fame as Deion Sanders.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Prime time.
Oh, it's straight up. Joey loves to tell bartenders like, "Hey, you know his dad is in the Florida State Hall of Fame."
Yeah, dude, I do.
Yeah, what is it? Clark's. Everyone at Clark's knows about it.
He did it like he did it at Universal with one of the bartenders at Universal too.
Yeah,
like
dude.
straight up. Like,
no,
hey, you know this guy.
If me and Mark are drinking together and I see somebody wearing an FSU hat, it's on, dude. It's on. I got you, dude. You're in my sights. It's over, dude. I'm about to punish the shit out of you.
And I couldn't give you a single one of his stats.
But the thing is that I think I'm more proud of your dad for being in the Florida State Hall of Fame than you are.
Dude, I mean, he would love to hear that, dude. He would love to hear that.
Same Hall of Fame as this guy right here.
Yeah.
Oh, the Deion.
No, very, very, very proud of my father. Very proud of my father for that. For passing the torch to get just let down
by two kids.
No, okay. Whoa. And okay. So funny you mentioned let down, because one, shut the fuck up. You weren't a letdown.
I know.
One being, so when me and Mark were growing up, me and Mark played lacrosse, right? I was literally explaining to Shannon the other day that like we grew up playing lacrosse and we played lacrosse for a few years. Mark went on to play for a few more longer years than I did. But Mark was literally like pretty much the best face-off person in the Southeast. Like Mark was undefeated for a hot minute, and like let him say whatever he wants and let him talk his shit that he wants to talk. But like this motherfucker was undefeated during face-offs. Like you weren't beating my dude here. Like it wasn't gonna happen. But
quick reaction time.
Quick reaction time. Call it whatever you will. It was bad as shit. So I feel like it was one of those
the Cyclops
things where like
Ray-Bans, dude.
Your dad played baseball. You know what I mean? And you went on to play lacrosse.
I definitely got
you tried to play baseball,
athletics.
Didn't you?
I did play baseball a little bit, but I had to stop. I didn't have to stop playing baseball. I stopped playing baseball because the coaches were getting too serious about it, dude. I mean, we were kids and they were yelling at us, and like it wasn't fun.
Too.
It wasn't fun anymore. That's why the coaches I had, Coach Griffith and Coach Mutzel.
Bellatoni?
Coach Bellantone. No, he never played. He never coached lacrosse, but he was a coach at McIntosh.
Yeah,
he was a solid coach too. He was a super great dude. But Coach Mutzel, one of the coaches I had for the longest time playing lacrosse, dude, he made the game so fun to play, dude. He cared. He never like he yelled when needed to and needed to be stern, but he didn't yell all the time, dude. He made the game fun. He made the game great, dude. He was one of the greatest coaches I ever had growing up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's good, and that's important.
Yeah, I mean,
dude, he made it great like, for a lot of kids.
Shitty coaching, because I played baseball for a while too, and like it's literally like what killed it for me was just too serious of a coach. Like some dude like you're yelling at 12-year-old kids. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
dude, most of those guys who are like coaches for rec league baseball are just shitty fucking weekend dads who barely have custody of their kids, who are divorced, alcoholics that work dead end jobs, and they take all their anger out on kids because they're not winning the fucking game for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. I mean,
I mean, it's not an excuse. I'm not excusing this behavior at all.
No.
I'm just saying it is what it is.
Absolutely. No, but I'm saying like that's literally what killed it for me was like one bad coach, and I fucking loved playing baseball as a kid.
I like playing baseball too.
Yeah, but it took was just
granted,
one shitty coach.
I was afraid of the ball.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, terrified. Every time I swung the bat, I would take a step back and swing, dude. I played outfield, dude. I wanted very little time as possible.
That's hilarious.
Terrified of the ball. That thing was coming at me fast. I did not like it. Yeah. But then I play lacrosse. The rubber ball is coming at you way faster.
Yeah. Oh, and
I don't know, but I had pads. God. I had pads, I guess, in lacrosse.
Somewhat.
And I was a lot angrier.
Our first season, we barely had pads.
It was
barely.
I mean, dude, you didn't stick around for the rest of the seasons, dude. When we got like legit jerseys.
Oh yeah.
And stuff.
I mean, once it became like a thing, and you had to play for high school, then I got out of it. But like,
dude, real quick. Side story. There was a time that me and Ian went to an alumni lacrosse game where we were playing. It was the old teams playing against the now McIntosh teams. And by halftime, me and Ian on the sidelines dying, throwing with cigarettes in our hands,
throwing up. Dude, I literally
we were
puked.
like, leave us out of this. We're done. We're smoking cigarettes on the
in the bushes, and then I was like, give me a cigarette.
Gatorade.
Yep. Oh,
damn,
dude,
we got ragged on so hard that little alumni game. It wasn't a legit alumni game. They played it like just a no-name soccer field, but like, dude, halftime we were done, dude.
Cooked.
Like after high school, we gave up on all our athletic aspirations.
Well, see, that's why you should just play golf, because the ball sits still. You hit the ball. You get to drink. You get to smoke. You don't have to be in great shape. You know.
I played golf.
I ride bikes. That's all I do.
That requires a lot more effort than golf.
It does, but it's a lot more fun effort.
It's a lot more fun, dude.
It's a lot more fun effort.
Tease their own. I have a great time playing golf. I love it.
It's more fun.
Yeah, that is. It's more funner, dude.
Nah, it's not more funner.
And, no, I mean to each their own. And literally,
all right, Joey. How about this? Yeah, no, Joey. One time, you and Ian come down to Peachtree City, and we'll play some golf. We'll all play some golf together.
Okay, all right.
I'm down for it. I'm for it.
Do you got a set of clubs?
We'll post. Yeah. I got a set of clubs for Ian too.
I don't. Oh, okay. Word.
Cool.
Fuck yeah.
No. I got Ian.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Dude,
we'll do it.
Dude, my dad's got clubs out the wazoo, man.
Oh, okay.
We're good. We're good. We got clubs.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Now you don't have to be a member of the club. It's a public club. Like we just pay for the tee time.
Yeah. No. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
We can just go to the Flat Creek and just. I think it's no Flat Creek is a public course.
Your dad's probably got a membership.
Yeah,
No,
but he would have to be with
membership.
us.
He does have a membership, but we can walk on. I pretty much I think whenever we want if there's an opening.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, I'm down for it.
Well, let's do it, man. My birthday is in June.
And you're okay.
Okay, man. You know, just
So let's do it that weekend.
Hold on, wait, no, I'm still on the I'm on the edge of my seat of what Ian was talking about.
What am I talking about?
You were trying to lead into something.
Oh, what we've been trying to talk about. What we've people are waiting for the follow up as we did the episode before.
What no one is waiting for, but
Hey,
this
look,
is what
we
I'm
don't
most
care.
excited. Dude,
I don't have anything else to interrupt you with, so we're good.
All right, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that you haven't been waiting for. And there might be people later in the future that actually wanted to listen to this.
It's done.
Yeah.
No one wants to hear about it.
It's been a week and some change. It's been a week and it hasn't been weeks. It's been a week and some change. It's actually been a week and a day. So
it's gonna be a week before you spit out what the fuck we're talking about. Jesus Christ.
Okay,
let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about finishing up on WrestleMania 41. So we're gonna talk real quick about what we liked, what we didn't.
Hey, I almost got every prediction right. I think I only got like 3 or 4 wrong.
Yeah, I think
I only got
2
wrong.
Yeah.
Really? Which ones did you get wrong?
I did not see LA Knight losing the title.
Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna lose either.
And I did not see what happened in the 3-way with.
Okay, but there's also an asterisk with the fucking Rey Mysterio match. Rey didn't wrestle, so I technically didn't get that one wrong.
No, I saw Dom. No, oh wait, you're talking about
Rey Mysterio. And
Rey Mysterio didn't wrestle.
No, I was calling. Even if he was wrestling Rey Mysterio, dude, El Grande Americano was going to win that fight.
I feel like if Rey was healthy, he wouldn't have won that.
No way in hell, dude. El Grande Americano, dude. El Grande Americano, dude.
That sounds like a fucking frappuccino at
but also I think
delicious.
Doesn't Rey Mysterio? I'm pretty sure is undefeated at WrestleMania, correct?
Is he?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I feel like that might be a thing.
He's been losing a lot of matches lately. He's been
well, I know
over
that,
a lot
but
of
I'm
people.
talking just WrestleMania. I don't know
anything. Yeah, I don't know about WrestleMania. I'm not as deep as you guys are.
Okay,
I don't know. I'd have to look into that.
That might be a thing.
He may be undefeated, but if he is, his streak isn't like as high as Undertaker's was when it got broken. I know that.
Also, we can talk about another streak that got beat as well. Bianca Belair in possibly one of the best matches of the whole weekend.
No, honestly, that was the best match of the entire event.
I mean,
for me personally, that was the best night of both nights. That was the best match of both nights. Absolutely, it was.
There was another one for me, but dude, that match was fucking incredible.
Yeah, that match was phenomenal.
Because
that was the only match of the entire event that I watched where I didn't see the spots coming. Like I didn't know what was going to come next. Because every other match I watched, I could see the setup. I'd be like, oh, they're about to do this. Oh, I can see this coming.
Yeah.
But with that match, all the spots were completely a surprise to me.
I was waiting for Belair or for Bianca to come running down there to back up one of them. But
wait, Bianca was in the match.
You mean Jade?
No.
Or Naomi?
You're talking about the Naomi Jade match.
No, we're talking about the Bianca, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky match.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the 3-way.
I'm talking about the Jade Naomi match. I was expecting Bianca to show up.
I was too.
That's what I thought you guys were talking about.
Honestly,
I knew Naomi or Jade wasn't showing up for that match.
was good. but that match was also too short. I feel like it wasn't a bad match.
It wasn't a high profile match. No, I didn't think anyone really cared about it because everyone knew Jade was going to take it.
Yeah. No, I think honestly, if that 3-way wasn't my favorite match was Dominique Mysterio winning the fucking title, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. Dominique was phenomenal.
Dominique was
off the chain, dude. Dominique was great.
That was a really good match.
I was
when
so
Braun
excited.
Breaker speared Carlito
over the tables.
He jumped table to table.
Yeah,
and
dude.
The announcers, he's been laying there for 5 minutes, and the announcers are still sitting there going, "I think Carlito's dead." Like,
And then what's Michael Cole?
Dude.
Michael Cole said some shit like, "Oh my God, he just jumped 15 feet in the air."
Who was that one announcer that was always just, "Oh my God"?
Oh, Jim Ross.
God.
Yeah,
Jim Ross.
Dude, that's all I heard when Michael Cole was announcing that entire match.
Yeah.
That's all I heard in my head is Michael Cole just going, "Oh my God, oh my God."
Yeah. A friend of mine was at Talladega this past weekend, and he posted a picture of himself jumping through a fucking picnic table, like literally just jumping.
Dude.
Yeah. I sent him a message. I was like, "Oh my God, through the table!"
But what did you guys think
Those
of
tables were reinforced.
They are. They're hard to break too. I've tried. What did you guys think of the Cody Rhodes John Cena match? Because I'll give my opinion after I hear y'all's.
I feel like we all knew that was going to happen.
Well, I knew Cena was going to win. Like I knew that was coming.
We knew,
Yes.
but I think just as with everyone else is just as pissed off that The Rock wasn't there and
What the
Travis
fuck
Scott.
is Travis Scott doing in the WWE? Why is he a heel? He hasn't wrestled a single match. He's come up and done some heel shit. Like I don't fucking get
for someone to beat
what
the
the
shit
fuck
out of him.
he's doing.
I'm not even. Not necessarily like. I wasn't even that bummed. Like I was kind of bummed that The Rock didn't show up. Like because everybody
like it
just
was
thought
lazy,
it was going to
right?
happen.
That was
I
lazy.
didn't think he was
But
going to show
also
up.
like I don't understand the whole like Travis Scott with.
Me either. But I'll
like,
tell you,
it just doesn't.
It goes
make
back to what I
sense.
was texting you guys the other day. I genuinely see, just for fucking shits and giggles and to get it out there and like have a big epic event. I honestly see a Bad Bunny Travis Scott match happening. I just do.
Oh, I think it's gonna happen. I could see it being like Cody and Bad Bunny versus Travis Scott.
I just want to see
John
someone
Cena.
beat the shit out of Travis Scott.
But my thing about the Cena Cody match was after seeing the Pat McAfee interview with John Cena the following day, or maybe it was
that night. It was that night. I thought.
Was it that night? I think it was the next day because it was
Or next
live.
day.
It was live when I texted
The Pat
you.
McAfee show. Yeah, it was the next day.
But when John Cena came out, I was like, I told you guys, I'm going to destroy wrestling. Then when I look back on the match, and I'm like, because you could visibly see him calling his spots. Like Cody would hit him, and you'd see him be like, do it again.
Yeah.
And like he was calling every spot. He put on the worst wrestling match he's ever put on purpose. So now it makes sense to me. I see the psychology behind it, but it wasn't entertaining to watch. And I think that was the point of it.
What, that it wasn't entertaining?
It was not an entertaining match to me, but I think it was purposefully not an entertaining match.
You think
So
they
what,
did it on purpose?
you think he's like breaking fourth wall and spreading secrets for a reason?
mean, yeah, because he said he's going to destroy wrestling. And like, dude, it's John Cena. He's one of the best in the world. He's obviously calling his spots. He's in there telling Cody to hit him again. He's in there telling Cody to get up. Like, he's doing it so that the crowd can see it, that he's destroying wrestling.
Yeah, but I mean, they're about to do that to themselves. Like, WWE is about to have that new show where they're literally about to break down every wall,
which is
and
another
show
thing.
everybody
I don't
everything.
fucking like that. I don't like
really?
it.
I didn't
And
know about that.
I know it's been done.
Yeah.
I know it's been done over and over. You can go back to Beyond the Mat. You can go back to Wrestling with Shadows and all that stuff. But I don't like when, you know, you're watching this documentary and you see people being like, oh no, he's not hurt. He's just selling and shit like that. Like keep the kayfabe. Like let the mystery be alive. Like I want to watch it as a fan and be like, oh shit, he might actually be hurt. Like he might have actually taken that bump too fucking hard.
I think that's the thing about it,
I don't like
too.
that
Like,
shit.
Yeah, I mean, I fully agree with you. And I think that's like, as much as I think it's a lot harder to keep up kayfabe nowadays, especially with like social media and all that
But
kind
you
of
should
stuff.
at least attempt to.
But that's what I'm saying. There still should be some degree of like, hey, like maybe we shouldn't fully. And I'm sure Hunter has all of this in mind. Like, there has to be a point where like it's like, oh, they're seeing a little too much, or like even that us as fans are going to be like, do we really need to see this? Like, do we really need to see like the whole, like, as much as cool as it's going to be to see all the development and all that stuff behind it, like, do we really, like, that's kind of the thrill of it to like to know what's coming.
I feel like
it's on the biggest platform it's ever been on ever.
Yeah,
but with me, it's on Netflix now.
When you had shows like Tough Enough
now,
when you had shows like Tough Enough, and you have shows like LFG, for me that's it. That's enough. That's enough of breaking the fourth wall for me. Like that. That's as far as it should be taken. You know.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, dude. Like, I've never seen Tough Enough. I've never seen LFG. I don't have cable. I haven't had cable in 10, 15 years.
I don't have cable, and I watch this.
The reason why I got back into wrestling is I watched WrestleMania last year and saw everything go down and was like, oh snap. And then what made me watch WrestleMania last year was two things: Cody Rhodes and my boy Paul Logan.
Logan Paul.
Say what you want to.
Who's say Paul Logan?
Yeah. Paul Logan. Logan Paul. You know. Yeah,
dude. He's your boy, man.
You already know. Yeah. I mean, he's got 2 names.
Okay.
But that's one of the main reasons why I'm watching wrestling now, is because I was always into his content and he got into there, and then I found out about Cody Rhodes and I found out about the stories that's going on now, and ever since Netflix came and brought Raw, that I've been watching every Monday night. And now I'm watching SmackDown every Friday night, and it's
I got this man hooked again.
That my wife is really not too appreciative of, but she deals with it, and I love her for it.
Same.
Yeah.
But I have taken it even further. Like, and also I can say this too about not having whatever to watch wrestling. I don't have shit to watch wrestling. I'll put that out there right now.
Yeah.
And I can tell. I mean, shit. This might get us in some trouble. I don't care. WatchWrestling.net. Thank you so fucking much for being in this world.
Dude, great.
Thank
now
you
this
for
website's going to get shut down.
Thank you for everything
Good job,
that you
Ian.
do. Oh,
good job,
you think
Ian.
I'm the
Here
only
comes the cease
person
and
that
desist.
watches it? You think I'm the only person
but
that...
I think you're the only person publicly talking about it on a podcast.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Dude, I just want to
Yeah,
put out
right.
there. I watch SmackDown on YouTube TV.
There we go.
I pay for
every
Netflix.
every movie and TV show I watch, I do completely legally. So,
well, I don't give a shit. I watch my wrestling because as many of us
tell me about that
are
HBO Max,
found,
Joey.
as many of us
I pay
know,
for Max.
I can't watch anything on Max.
Dude, you know what I pay for? I pay for Prime, Apple TV. Dude, this is all true. Disney, my Disney and Hulu's bundled. I pay for Netflix, Paramount Plus, Peacock, like everything to stream. I pay for.
And also, if you have Max, you can watch AEW.
Yeah, but I don't.
I know you guys don't like AEW, but
I like once again I gotta credit the bro on this, and I piggyback on most of his streaming services.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Who cares? I'm just saying you can watch AEW on Max now. So that I think that's pretty cool. I think that's how I've actually probably watched most of AEW, because we have a friend's HBO and we've had it for years now.
Oh, great! Now you're gonna get their account canceled. God damn it! Ian.
They don't even know you have it.
I'm going for them all, dude. I'm getting them all out tonight.
John Cena's destroying wrestling. Ian's destroying watching wrestling for everybody.
Damn it! That one dude on that podcast ruined watch wrestling for us. Shit. But anyway, no. I mean, I think I also got into AEW more because once it went in, and I didn't have to watch it on this website that I've been talking about, that once it was on HBO, I was like, oh shit, I can watch more. But in reality, all I really watch are Will Ospreay matches. So there's that. So
I don't know. Once Sting retired, I just didn't have a need for it anymore.
Yeah, and Darby's been gone recently.
Yeah,
I know
Darby's
he's doing his
climbing
thing.
Mount Everest.
Dude, shout out Darby.
Yeah.
Climbing Mount Everest, dude. But at the same time,
I don't watch a lot of A&E. I just know the one and only person that matters on TNA.
Who's that?
I mean, you say his name and he appears, dude.
All right, let's get him on the show.
Just have to believe
it.
Dear Joe,
That
please join us on the podcast.
Fight, that was a good. That was
fun.
a good. That was a fun.
No, okay,
that was a fun
it was
one.
fun. It was fun, but I personally, as a wrestling fan, didn't. I liked seeing him. I liked seeing the fact that he was there for WrestleMania. I just hate that they brought him out to do a squash match. It's like, why didn't he have like a good fighting?
Well, I think that was kind
match,
of the point of it. I feel like that was kind of the point of it.
Like, but then that kind of shits on TNA. It's just like, oh, here's your world champion. Here's our guy that's not a champion, and he's gonna squash your guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but didn't somebody else from TNA win the night before?
No. It was on Raw, and the women's champion. I can't remember who she fought, but no, it broke up. It was an undetermined match.
That's right.
No, Jordan Grace is gonna go very fucking far in WWE. She's gonna go so far. She's amazing. She's an incredible talent.
Jordan Grace
She's tough as shit. And it's like, so I sent you guys the video of the Steiner brothers tag match the other day, and that's the wrestling I like. I like the beat 'em down, physical slams, throwing.
They were
like,
hardcore.
That's what Jordan Grace reminds me of.
Yeah,
when they hit each other, they hit each other, dude. Like,
dude,
I was
you feel
watching
it. You're
that
just like,
fight,
damn.
Dude. No, I don't care. That's say fake all you want, dude. When a Steiner hit you, they fucking hit you, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because it was, who was it? It was the Steiner brothers versus Terry Gordy and someone else, but they were beating the fuck out of each other, dude.
Yeah, when you hear the actual like plap 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 when the fists make contact, like dude, that's when you know.
Bam Bam Bigelow said it best. He was like, "Yeah, it's fake, but it fucking hurts."
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So speaking of Steiner, we talked about it before, but our boy had to lose that night.
Yeah,
but he lost to a good dude.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm not a huge Dirty Dom fan, but after seeing him win the belt and everything, he's growing on me. He's growing on me.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying about Braun Breaker. It's not that I don't see his push coming. It's just not. It's not there yet. I mean, with his alliance with Seth Rollins stuff, it's gonna come within the next couple of years. But he's just not. He's not there yet.
Yeah.
But he will be. He's on his way. He's an incredible talent.
Yeah, I do think the exchange. Well, now we kind of know it was intentional because they can't line him with Seth Rollins with a title because he can't be better than Seth Rollins.
Yeah. No,
so now,
but I mean, okay. As a wrestling fan, let me ask you this: is Intercontinental Championship more important than World Championship? I never thought so.
No, but at the same time, they're setting everything up that you can't have what they're trying to do with someone with an intercon. I don't know. They're not the Judgment Day.
If I was a faction, I would want everyone in my faction to be champions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, get ready for Finn Balor to leave the Judgment Day. It's coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
it's coming because he doesn't have a belt. Everybody in the Judgment Day almost has a belt. Yeah. Homie from old Judgment Day is now back, and Finn Balor. I'm guarantee you, Finn Balor's getting ready to leave, and I think he's about to be joining Seth Rollins and
I don't know about that because I've always, I mean, you could be right, but I've always enjoyed Finn Balor when he was, Demon Balor, and he was just his own thing,
God, that was so sick.
Yeah,
love those days.
I would rather see that. I would rather see that come back.
Yeah,
I feel like a portion of that is going to come back with less face makeup.
Possibly.
Yeah.
That makeup was off the chain, though, dude. That makeup was crazy.
That was a lot of makeup.
It was a lot of makeup.
He went all out.
It was a lot of makeup. Yeah. That shit had to take an hour solid.
He must have took some lessons from Jeff Hardy.
Maybe.
I'm sorry, Ian, dude. I was never a Jeff Hardy fan.
Love it.
I was
I was a big time Hardy Boys fan. Big fucking time.
I was never really a Hardy fan, but I wasn't really watching wrestling at that point. Like I said, I stopped right before the Attitude Era. Yeah. Moved to Georgia, didn't want to watch wrestling again.
Can you believe somebody stopped watching before the Attitude Era?
Wild.
Dude, that's so crazy.
I know.
That's crazy. You missed out on so much.
Dude, I was watching wrestling before Ken Shamrock was huge. When Billy Kidman had his long hair and wrestled in jean shorts and a tank top before John Cena did.
Yep.
Yeah,
you did.
That's when I stopped watching wrestling because I moved from Virginia to Georgia. Didn't want to get made fun of for watching wrestling.
What do you mean made fun of? Atlanta was like the mecca of wrestling in the 90s.
Yeah,
but I will say, like,
City School.
Yeah, no,
really,
no,
It's
dude.
bougie around here, dude. It's
no,
because
really, like, there was probably a period where, like, I would say that probably like me and Alvin, shout out a friend of ours, Alvin, but like I feel like there was a point where we might have been the only people in our school that watched wrestling.
Yeah,
like I don't know if anybody else watched wrestling. I
didn't watch it when I moved to Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, I think actually probably when we started hanging out a lot is probably when I stopped watching wrestling. Like around like 10th
we were actually
grade,
going
probably.
out and doing things.
Yeah. We were always out on the golf cart and shit. So like, and playing lacrosse and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, kids. I definitely feel like that era, like when that stuff finally started kicking up and ramping up, is like when I got into it like really hard, and then kind of like I would say probably like 10th grade is kind of when I stopped watching as much. I don't know. I can't. I wish I could remember
past year. I dove in this past year, and I dove in hard. And
I told you it would happen. When you started watching again. I told you. I was like, "Yo, you're gonna get hooked."
And like I said, WrestleMania 40 hooked me again, and I'm back in it, man. I'm back in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think.
And I was a WCW kid back in the day. I didn't like the WWF.
Once again, Atlanta.
Yes, of course. So can we agree? Would you guys agree to say that night one was possibly better than night two?
Well,
because that's been and the reason I asked that, I've kind of seen it like been floating around.
Night one's main event was way more entertaining, way better than the night two main event.
Yes, absolutely.
But I feel like they did that on purpose because that was CM Punk's main event night. They had to make it big.
You mean
him.
that was Paul Heyman's main event?
Yeah. But we were all led to believe that was CM Punk's main event, dude. I thought he was taking it, man. I thought CM Punk was gonna fucking win that match.
I think we all did.
That whole fucking thing, dude.
We all thought it was gonna happen.
A piece of me died inside.
I mean, dude. I think Joey had already gotten off our FaceTime call, but like when that was happening, like legit, me and Mark were FaceTiming, just like freaking the fuck out.
Jaws on the floor the entire time.
No way! He didn't give him the chair. Like, oh my god, God, it was so intense. God damn you, Paul Heyman.
It was good. But yeah,
I was a Paul Heyman guy.
You were
now.
Paul Heyman.
Not anymore.
But see, the thing is, I don't know. I like Seth Rollins. I think he's a great wrestler. So
I do too.
He is a great wrestler. I just don't fucking like him.
But that's kind of the point of his role, though. I feel like that's kind of
very good. He's very good.
Yeah, he's very playing good. Like you either love him or hate him. You're either going to sing his song or you're not going to sing his song.
Yeah, no.
And I think it's also like
song.
That's why I think the whole thing with Roman, like really, besides like the whole Shield thing, like I feel like that's kind of like part of it too, because like you can't really sing along to Roman's theme song.
No,
like you can't. But like. Burn It Down, you can fucking sing along. You can do the whole crowd chant. They made the song for that reason. Like,
I'll tell you the best song to sing along to is,
Whoa.
I Believe in John Hendry.
No.
Yeah, right.
The best song to sing along to him is The Climb by Miley Cyrus, and it always will be.
You're not wrong. You're not.
But all right, let's wrap this up. Let's get out of here, man. That was awesome. You're gonna join us on the next episode too, right?
Yeah, because the next episode, I'm coming back from Epic. I got to give you guys an update.
Oh yeah, okay.
We didn't even touch point on that. But that's fine.
We'll save it. All right,
that's for next.
Because you're gonna be our insider on Epic Universe when you get back.
No doubt. I love it. I love it.
We'll get the scoop for everybody of Epic Universe through Mark. The inside scoop. All right, so if we're wrapping it up, everybody, you know the deal. Check us out on all social media. We are on YouTube at This, That, and the Other with Joey and Ian. Again, that's This, That, and the Other with Joey and Ian. If all streaming platforms, again, This, That, and the Other with Joey and Ian. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple platforms. You can also find us on Instagram. That's TTATO Podcast ATL. Again, that's TTO Podcast ATL. Thank you again, everybody, for listening. Thank you, Mark, for joining us. We'll see you next time, and check us out.
All right. Let's get out of here, dude. I'm going to play some Spyro.
But seriously, dude, where's my car?